Welcome grognards from sunny downtown Bahrain. I think it's about 45 degrees out there. No golf this morning, so war games it is. We're going to talk about Napoleon at Leipzig for 10 minutes just to get you started on you're going to set up the game. I'll give you a bit of a heads up on what I think the strategy is about, and I might just turn off Franz Burwald's Leipzig. Okay, so let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is visualizing the battlefield, and let's do that by first having a look at the battlefield, shall we? Take off that text. Alright, so if we look at the battlefield, you can see Leipzig in the center here, and if I just zoom out a little bit, it's easy to see that the battlefield is pretty much divided into some sections. Coming from the northwest up here, down past this stream river system, down through here where all these ridges and villages are. It's one large battlefield which is in essence separated from this western part over here by this large and complex river, marsh, forest area, and then there's this peculiar little part down here as well. So this western part is where the French actually retreated to after the actual battle in October 1813 to October 18. So that gives some idea of the battlefield. Just zoom in a little bit for those people who haven't purchased this game from operational study groups. I mean, the maps are always beautiful, the pieces are fantastic. There's a couple of rule systems you can play. I actually play the NLC rules with a couple of slight alterations to the fire table, but you can play the original Zucker rules as well with the defender retreat. They all work. Just depends how much of a simulation or verse game you want. Okay, so you can see the sand pit here. There's some special rules for that, and there's some ridge lines. Ridge lines are going to be important because of line of sight for sighting artillery. Also important for cavalry charges, cavalry approaching infantry in such a way they don't get too shot up and then be able to charge a couple of hexes. So the map's interesting enough that you will find a lot of fun in pushing your units around. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we've looked at the battlefield, so we should look at the forces. Now, of course, you can bring up the forces and look at them in various ways, but let's just have a look at a bit of an analysis first, okay? So what I did was a bit of an Excel analysis. Let's have a look at it. So if you look at the number of units, both sides have around 140 units, and they're divided up into infantry, light and medium cavalry, and heavy cavalry. Heavy cavalry is much more effective at charges, and artillery. So pretty similar, right? However, a lot of that coalition stuff comes on the 16th, 17th and 18th, so the French early on have the advantage. Should be starting to give you some ideas already. Strength points wise, coalition are a little bit better off. The units tend to be larger. From a quality perspective, both units have guard, and significant amount of them. French Guard is starting here. Let's see, we'll just get rid of that Excel. You can see Napoleon here and some Guard all the way down through here, and some more Guard units over here, and the Coalition Guard is further down the map in this peculiar area here. So we've got Guard down here, some other Guard units here, Swarzenberg here, and the Austrian Reserve through here as well. Alright, so we've looked at the map, we've looked at the forces. Let's have a look at visualizing the battle. Giving you a bit of a clue already that the coalition comes on piecemeal. But if we were to look at this little diagram I've done here, you can see in the center we've got the 71 infantry, 18 cavalry and 28 artillery. That's the French Guard. Southwest of that in orange, 71 infantry, 33 cav, 44 arty. That's the Coalition Guard. So first thing you can see, visualizing the battle, well, the French are surrounded, right? Well, eventually will be as the coalition forces come on. So probably the French will need to push hard east and south, and try and win this battle early before they get surrounded. As a coalition, if you're trying to visualize it, probably want to hold on and just pull back until you get enough forces available and then counterattack. Okay, so and I've counted those units up around the front, so you can see the French in the northwest are going to have to decide, you know, perhaps some of that Guard's going to have to prop up the northwest and the north as well. Eventually the Swedes come on the north, so. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So finally, some doctrine. So if you're like me and you're stuck in Bahrain and it's the middle of summer, you're playing solo, so you need some doctrine. So the French doctrine probably should be ultra aggressive. They have to win on 16th, 17th, early 18th at the latest. Occupy the battlefield and have the coalition having no chance of pushing anytime soon. Whereas coalition, even if both sides have significant number of demoralized corps and losses, as long as they hold the battlefield, then I think that's probably a strategic win, right? Tactics-wise, advancing, I guess again depending on the rule system used, but cavalry screens out, doing reconnaissance. Once you've identified targets, light cavalry screen, allowing infantry to come up, guns to be placed, cavalry to be placed in just the right spot for a cavalry charge, and then a combined arms effect by bombardment, followed by cavalry charge, and then either infantry fire or melee. So I think that sort of pretty much does it. So that will get you started on Napoleon at Leipzig. Hope you enjoy. Bye.